Hi you guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Ayo and I talk about books, K-dramas and everything in between. So if you enjoy that, please stay a while. So let's keep this sub story. I've been off a while. Doesn't matter. Anyways, I'm here. Let's talk about what I've been doing. So I've been watching K-dramas, not reading. I should be talking about books, but I'm not reading. So let's talk about what I've been doing. K-dramas, and I've been watching a lot of K-dramas. I've seen about 15 K-dramas since my last check-in, was it? Yeah, so you know what, let's talk about Law and the City. I'm here to talk about Law and the City. My last K-drama check-in, I talked about looking forward to watching Law and the City. And so yeah, I'm here to review Law and the City. This was such a fun time. Why did I pick up the drama? Because Lee Suk was on it. Okay. I saw somebody on TikTok say that Lee Suk is one of those is one of those actors that you're like, when you don't watch anything from him, you're like, I don't even know. Do I really like Lee Suk? And then I see him on my screen and I'm like, oh yeah, I like Lee Suk because he's so fine. Okay, he's such a fine wine. I'll put some edits in the video. Oh, okay. Man is fine. Man is fine. Okay, and yeah, I was like, yeah, of course I'm gonna watch a drama. It's one of those actors that usually when people are like, I like this actor because it's fine. Oh, it's like it's attractive. It's like, if the story is good, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, but he's one of the only actors that I first saw him in W2 World, which convoluted story, but I just thought it was so attractive. I just went to look for all these other dramas and I watched while you were sleeping because it wasn't it. And so when I heard he was coming back, he came back last. He went on for his military deployment in 2021, I think. And then he came back with Big Mouth, but that's not my genre, so I didn't watch it. And so when I knew it was gonna come back with Law and City, I was like, yeah, slice of life, no problem. I'm there, I'm down. And it's paired with Moon Young, who is I love Moon Young, okay? She's so pretty. Yeah, so two pretty people editing a show. I was like, yes, give it to me. But I wasn't so sure if I was gonna like the story. I thought it was gonna be nice, but I didn't realize I was gonna be obsessed. And so let's talk about what makes the story so good. So it's supposed to be a story about it's slice of life, it's not a romance, it's about five lawyers who become friends and just discuss their workplace issues. It's just middle aged people trying to get through the day. Basically, that's really what it is, but it's supposed to be from the point of view of lawyers. And so we have different characters going through different things. So we have the main character who is played by Jeon Suk, is Anjeon, and he is a supposed to be a burnt out lawyer. He's been working for as a lawyer for 9 years, so he's seen it all. He's like he's over it. And yeah, it's just he's disillusioned with the old system and doesn't care. He just gets the job done. But he's such a good lawyer. He knows his job and he does it fairly well. But he just has no passion. Nothing is over everything. So he's very burnt out. And then we have this new, freshly out of law school lawyer, Kang Ji, who is supposed to be the female lead character, and that is played by Muka Young, who absolutely brilliant in this. She is this enthusiastic, wants to help everyone kind of lawyer. She's just a fresh, happy, go lucky person from fresh out of law school, and she just breathes new life into this friend group. Then there is the third person, Shangwon, who is a happy-go-lucky guy. He's a bit of a dog. He's so fun. He's so lovable, nerdy character who just wants to be happy. And he also has a bit of his father wants him. His father is rich and wants him to take over the company. And so there's this push and pull of what do I really want to do? Do I want to stay on as a lawyer, or do I want to drop out and go into the family business? Then there is the career woman Moon Young, who is married, and she's been married for a while, and she doesn't know what she's gonna do about being a career woman. That, oh, do I want to build a family, or do I want to stay in my career? Can I do both? That kind of thing. And then we have the last person, Sangi, who came from a poor background and has risen to the top. And is this the end? Have I reached the top, or can I go higher? And it's all this ambition over passion, that kind of thing. So those are the five people, and so we just watch how they navigate this very short period in their life, and whether they're gonna change or what they're gonna learn from this new person coming in. So there was a group of five, and somebody was retiring, and there was going to be a new person who is Kangi Ji, played by Munka Young. And so she comes in and she just breathes new life into these friends. I totally loved Lost City. I just think it was so well done, especially the romance. Okay, normally I will not like this kind of romance. Usually, I like my romance fleshed out. I like, give me all the cheesy scenes, give me everything. But yeah, it was pared back, very. Think I miss it. The romance here is not. It's not the plot. It's very understated. It's very much in the background. But I thought it was so well done. The tension. It's been a while since I've had to pause. I had to pause a drama and take a beat. Okay, because I was like, ooh, it's getting heated, and nothing was happening. Okay, nothing was happening, but it just felt so intimate. I loved what they did with the glances, with the brushes of the art. I thought that was really well done. I thought it was a very well done development. I love the push and pull between the two of them, the burnt out lawyer. I was seeing everything and this new person, and you're just like, girl, get into reality. I love that. But it's also very realistic because they don't win all the cases. Okay, they're not actually fighting this big injustice. They're just normal people living normal lives. And I think that was very well done. I feel like the very first 6 episodes, a masterpiece. Okay, masterpiece. Like, that was so good, so good TV. I know a lot of people found it, some people said online said they found it boring, but I thought that the character development was so good, and I thought that Ishon Suk was very good here. It was so good that, because it's supposed to play this burnt out person who's gruff and a bit what's the word, just done with life, and it doesn't really laugh or smile. It's very direct and very straightforward, which absolutely, like, I love. Is it my type? Honestly, what we're finding out on this channel is that I don't have a type. I like everybody. My type is, does he like her? That's my type. Okay, if he likes her, I'm into it. I'm into it, and I just loved his depiction here of this character who is so intelligent and so good at his job, but also so done with the whole thing. I just really enjoyed that depiction, and I love what they did with the cinematography, the way we have this aerial shot of the city, and then we just come into the workplace. So it's this huge law firm that takes up a whole um a whole building, and it's just fascinating. And then the aerial shots to the elevator shots, I just love what we do with the shots and the face shots, the close-ups, and what we do when we look at the ants. It just uses the camera to tell a story, and I loved what it was doing. And the glances, I love that it was also very intelligent. It didn't give us everything, and we inferred a lot about these characters from very little minute things. And yeah, I think that is a very good job of an actor, and that's why I say I think Lee Suk did such a good job with Han Jung. The little changes in him, in his face, how he can tell, oh, it's falling for her, but he doesn't want her to know that it's falling for her. I thought that was so well done, that tension, that push and the pull. And I also really love the romance because it's so mature. So often I always tell you guys I'm over all this miscommunication. If you like people, just tell them we're in her 30s, we're over this. Okay, like please. And I love what they do with that. Yeah, they're so direct, it's like, okay, this thing happened, can we talk about it? Let's move on. I did this, I shouldn't have done it. If I crossed the boundary, I'm sorry. We get over it. If something happens, we address it and we move on. And do I still like you? Yes. Do we date? Yes. Okay, like let's get it over with. Let's talk about it. I love what they did with communication. I loved what they did with the tension. I also loved what they did with the friendship, because the friendship is the story. The romance back it takes a back seat to this friendship and this character developing, all this group of friends. And I love that we get to see all of their lives. Although there's something that by the end of episode 8 or 9, I realized that they're not going to delve into the personal lives of these people. What we see is just a little glimpse into their life through their work life. So basically, we follow their cases and then get to know a little bit about them. I thought that we could have delved a little bit more into Anjan and even Kangiji, just to know a little bit more about them. And Sangi, that is the older friend in the group. I thought that we could have done a little bit more with them, but somebody online said in this story they treat the audience is treated like a workaholic, and so we also don't get so much information, but we get to know these people. I thought that actually perfectly depicts what is happening here, which I don't really appreciate, but I get why they might take that approach. I heard that the story was written by real lawyers, and so that's why it feels so real, so lived in. The world feels so lived in. The cases feel so lived in. They ring true to life. Sometimes you lose the battle even if you really wanted to win. Yeah, sometimes bad people win, sometimes good people win. Okay? Like, that's just life. And I loved that this drama did that. But really, I just think it's a very strong drama, and it's carried by the actors. I loved all the actors. Some of them, this will be my first time seeing them, because I think this will be my first time meeting Moonjong, and I know a lot of people really like her, but I think this will be my first drama, unless I've seen her as a supporting character. But look, I've watched a lot of dramas and sometimes I forget people, so I might have seen her somewhere else, but this would be the first time I noticed her. I think she was very good as the career woman. I love that depiction. Also, I love her marriage with her husband. Oh, so good. This was a Pinocchio reunion for Lee Jong Suk and her husband, the actor who plays her husband. He was his brother in Pinocchio. I also saw Pinocchio because, like I told you, I love Lee Suk, and I always watch most of his dramas, unless it's not my genre, then I will not be watching it. But yeah, I know I had so much fun watching this drama, and I think that you should too. I think that you're gonna love the mature writing, you're gonna like the realistic storytelling, you're gonna enjoy the characters and what the actors do with these characters. They are they are really doing their best work. I personally, that's what I think. I think some people don't think so. Some people think that Johnson does not really act very well, but I thought it was so good because I was watching this, and the contrast between his character, when he doesn't smile. Like he smiles, but he doesn't laugh, or it's not that lovable duck kind of character. And I remember watching the interviews, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is Ishon Suk, not and Jung. So the contrast was so compelling to me because I'd gotten used to. I mean, after watching 12 episodes, 12 hours of him on my screen as Anjong, I was so taken aback by how different Lee Suk is in the interviews. So yeah, I think it was really well done. I thought Shangwon, the character for Shangwon, is also a very huge standout because he was the brother in When Life Gives You Tangerines. This is one of my favorite dramas of the year. So yeah, Law and the City was such a good story. I loved everything about it. It had some drawbacks, like I said. By the end, I didn't think that the latter half was as strong as the first half, but I still rate it very highly. I think it's gonna be a 9/10 for me. I had a great time, and I think you should watch it. And so that's what I've been doing with my time. Now I actually want to film. Uh, that's what I've been doing with my time, and I actually want to film a vlog. I feel like I miss them. I miss a reading vlog. I have been reading Pride and Prejudice. Would you care to watch me do that? I don't know if anyone would care, but I'm on volume 3. I could film myself, and I'll just catch you up on how I felt reading volume 1 and volume 2. I might do that. I might do that because I miss the vlogs. I might do that. We'll see how that goes. But if it's Pride and Prejudice, I am not gonna be doing a review. Nah, nah. You know how I feel. I love it, but it's just gonna be watch me geek out about Pride and Prejudice. That's what it's gonna be. But yeah, so I can't promise that we'll have a lot of content, but that's all I'm bringing to you this week. Thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for that always comment on my videos, those that watch. I'm so grateful. I really loved chatting with you. I just wanted to geek out about how fine you just is and how great this drama is. I'm gonna put in some I'm gonna add in some edits I found on TikTok. If YouTube will allow me, I'm gonna put that in, and I hope you see just how good they all look together and how great this story was. I was blushing, I was kicking my feet, I was screaming. It was such a good time, great time, great distraction from my life. But yeah, I had so much fun, and yeah, that is all I have for you today. I've loved hanging out with you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.